Talk now to Scott Hamilton, the aviation consultant and managing director of the Leeham company. Scott, obviously an investigation underway. We don't know if this is human error or a catastrophic technical failure. What do you think happened?
I've seen two videos that are on the internet now, and they're of various quality and of various distance to the airplane. But in both videos, it appeared to me that the flaps were not extended for takeoff. The flight data recorders and the cockpit voice recorder should tell us whether they were or they weren't, and perhaps why they weren't extended, if that turns out to be the case.
And for those of us who don't know the technical side of flying, what does that mean? I mean, what does that mean in simple terms?
Yeah, the flaps on the trailing edge of the wings and the slats on the leading edge of the wings are extended for takeoff and for landing to give the airplane more lift at lower speeds. And the second video that I saw was of the takeoff roll of the airplane and the liftoff of the airplane, and then the airplane started to descend, which would seem to indicate that it lost either power or it began to stall. And again, these flight data recorders will help fill in those answers.
And forgive my ignorance, but when a plane is either taking off or landing, is that done under the control of the pilot, or is that fly-by-wire and a computer doing that?
Well, it could be either one, actually. The takeoffs are certainly controlled by the pilots. Landings do have a process called Category 3 automated landings, which is used typically for very inclement weather, low visibility, and the airplane can actually be landed by a computer.
We know that a Mayday call was issued. What does that indicate about the nature or perhaps the timing of the incident?
Well, it will only tell you the timing at this point. I haven't seen any report that any information other than just the word Mayday was transmitted. Obviously, the pilot knew he was in trouble. We don't know whether there was a power loss. We don't know whether there might have been bird strikes, which could have contributed to this. But in neither video did I see what's called compressor stalls or backfires, if you will, of the engine that might suggest that. But unless he said more than just the word Mayday, at this point, all that points to is an emergency and the time that it occurred.
Scott, good to talk to you, and thank you very much indeed for coming on the programme. Scott Hamilton, the aviation consultant.